Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the ultimate destination for every coin lover and collector. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1965. This coin is far more than just 25 cents of change. It represents an important moment in American coinage history and, for some lucky collectors, it can be worth an incredible amount of money in today's market. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1965 Liberty Quarter, officially known as the Washington Quarter, marked a dramatic turning point for United States coinage. Before 1965, quarters were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. But in the mid-1960s, rising silver prices caused a nationwide coin shortage and the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a clad composition. Beginning in 1965, quarters were made of a copper-nickel sandwich with a pure copper core. That change means the 1965 quarter was the very first of the modern clad coins, making it historically significant and highly collectible. Millions of these quarters were minted, over 1.8 billion, to be exact, so at first glance it might seem like they are everywhere and not valuable. But that is where the story gets exciting. Although many 1965 quarters are just worth face value, certain rare variations and high-grade examples are commanding astonishing prices among collectors and at auctions. In fact, some pristine 1965 quarters have sold for thousands of dollars, and special errors or high-end specimens have fetched even more. One of the most thrilling discoveries is the elusive 1965 silver planchet quarter. During the transition year, a small number of quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets intended for 1964 coins. These silver 1965 quarters are a true treasure. If you find one, its value can range anywhere from several $1,000s to well over $10,000 depending on its condition and whether it has been professionally graded. Collectors also prize coins with exceptional mint luster and those graded mint state 65 or higher by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. The cleaner the surface, the sharper the details, and the brighter the shine, the higher the value climbs. Proof-like strikes and full drum details on the reverse can push prices into the stratosphere. Now let's talk about the market. In recent years, the demand for top-quality 1965 quarters has surged. Coin auctions and private sales have recorded jaw-dropping numbers. Some high-grade quarters in pristine condition have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Rare error coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features can also command serious money. Current market estimates show that a rare 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar in the best possible condition can bring values approaching hundreds of thousands of dollars in extraordinary cases. One remarkable figure often discussed among collectors is an estimated market value soaring toward the remarkable range of $779,336 for the rarest known examples in absolutely flawless condition. Imagine pulling a quarter like that from an old coin jar or a forgotten drawer. That is why searching your pocket change and checking inherited coin collections can be so exciting. Every 1965 quarter is a piece of history, and some hold the potential for life-changing value. If you are curious about spotting these valuable coins, here are some tips. First, check the weight. A standard clad 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while a silver one weighs 6.25 grams. A good digital scale can reveal that difference. Second, look for a distinct silver edge instead of the copper sandwich line. Third, consider professional grading if you believe you have an exceptional example because certified grades from PCGS or NGC significantly increase collector confidence and market value. Beyond their monetary worth, these coins are artifacts of American heritage. They remind us of the 1960s economic changes, the end of circulating silver coinage, and the artistry of John Flanagan's famous George Washington design. Holding a 1965 quarter is like holding a small piece of U.S. history. So, what should you do if you find a 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar that seems special? Handle it carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing it because that can lower its value. Store it in a protective holder and consider getting it graded by a professional service. Then research recent auction results to gauge the potential price range. Remember, the coin market fluctuates, and rarity, demand, and condition all play critical roles in determining actual selling prices. To all my viewers and fellow collectors, keep hunting and keep learning. The next great discovery might be in your pocket change right now. The 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar shows that even everyday coins can hold extraordinary stories and surprising value. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today we are going to take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins ever to circulate in the United States, the legendary Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 1966. This coin is more than just pocket change. It is a little piece of American history, and in some cases it can be worth an eye-opening amount of money, far more than its face value. Let us start with the story of the Liberty Quarter Dollar. The coin we are talking about is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 as a tribute to the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. For decades these quarters were struck in 90% silver, which gave them a rich luster and lasting beauty. However, in 1965 the United States Mint made a dramatic change due to rising silver prices and the increasing cost of producing coins. The composition switched from 90% silver to a clad mixture of copper and nickel, and the 1966 quarter was one of the very first full production years of this new material. That change alone makes the 1966 quarter historically important because it represents the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in American coinage. Now let us talk about design. On the obverse you see the classic portrait of George Washington sculpted by John Flanagan with the word Liberty proudly arching above his head. The date 1966 stands clearly at the bottom, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," rests just to the left. On the reverse the bold American eagle spreads its wings, holding arrows of strength and an olive branch of peace. This iconic design remained a staple of U.S. coinage for many years, making the 1966 issue a familiar yet collectible piece. Collectors love stories, but they also love rarity. So what makes a 1966 quarter rare enough to be worth more than face value? First, remember that all quarters dated 1965 through 1967 were struck without mint marks. This was done intentionally to discourage coin hoarding during the transition away from silver. Because of this, there is no D for Denver or S for San Francisco on a 1966 quarter. Every coin simply carries the date and nothing more. Even without mint marks, certain factors can push the value sky high. Condition is the first key. Coins that have been carefully preserved with no scratches, no wear, and a brilliant original shine can earn the coveted grades of mint state or even proof, like from professional grading services. A top graded 1966 quarter can bring impressive prices when it comes up for auction. Next come the varieties and errors which excite collectors and drive bidding wars. There are known double die obverse examples where the lettering shows a subtle but clear doubling that sharp-eyed collectors crave. There are also off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other striking errors that transform a normal coin into a rare treasure. Each of these varieties adds a unique story and a unique price tag to the coin. So how much is a 1966 Liberty Quarter Dollar really worth in today's market? The typical circulated example that has seen time in pockets and cash registers might bring only a small premium above face value, but uncirculated coins with full details can sell from several dollars to much higher amounts at coin shows and online auctions. The most exceptional examples, those graded at the very top of the scale, have been known to fetch hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars. And then there are the spectacular error coins, or perfectly preserved proof-like pieces that can skyrocket even higher into many thousands when serious collectors compete to own them. That is where you see eye-popping numbers that leave casual collectors stunned. For example, a pristine rare error 1966 quarter can trade hands for figures approaching the lofty territory of hundreds of thousands of dollars, making it a true star in the numismatic world. Market conditions always matter too. The silver content of earlier quarters still influences collector interest, and the nostalgia for pre-1970 coins keeps demand strong. Coin values rise and fall with collector trends, but a 1966 quarter in extraordinary condition remains a strong investment piece for anyone building a set of Washington quarters or seeking a standout addition to a type collection. Today, expert appraisers and auction results suggest that the very finest examples can command market attention and achieve remarkable sales well beyond the everyday price. Guides: if you are hunting for one of these coins, start by checking your own pocket change and old coin jars. You never know when a hidden gem might appear. Look closely under good lighting for that bright original mint luster, and inspect the details of Washington's hair and the eagle feathers on the reverse. Those fine lines are the first to wear, so a coin that still shows crisp detail might be a treasure worth grading. Keep an eye out for any unusual doubling or striking anomalies, because that could mean you are holding something special. Collectors often ask how to care for a coin. Like this, the best advice is simple: never clean it. Cleaning can scratch the surface and destroy value. Instead, handle it gently by the edges, store it in a protective holder, and if you believe you have a truly exceptional piece, consider professional grading from a respected service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can greatly enhance both the confidence of a future buyer and the ultimate sale price. The Liberty $quarter of 1966 stands as a symbol of American change and resilience. It bridges the silver era and the modern clad era, and it offers everyday people the chance to own a piece of history that might just be worth a small fortune. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor, or simply someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, this coin deserves a place on your radar. Thank you for joining me on this deep exploration of the 1966 Liberty $quarter. If you enjoyed this journey into the history and market value of one remarkable coin, be sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins, where we uncover the secrets of America's most fascinating money every single week. Hit the like button, share this video with your fellow collectors, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a discovery. The next treasure might be waiting right in your own change jar. So keep looking, keep learning, and happy collecting from all of us here at Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into a fascinating piece of American coinage, the Liberty $quarter from 1986 with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P. Collectors everywhere are buzzing about this coin because of its historical background, striking design, and surprising current market value. So settle in as we uncover everything you need to know about the 1986 Liberty $quarter and why it could be worth far more than its face value. Let's start with a little history. The Liberty $quarter, also known as the Washington Quarter, was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of the first President of the United States, George Washington. Over the decades, this coin has undergone subtle design changes and carries with it the rich story of America's growth and artistry. By 1986, the coin featured the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan, with the bold word Liberty across the top and the motto "In God We Trust" proudly displayed. The reverse side continues to showcase the powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a true symbol of strength and peace. The 1986 Philadelphia Mint quarters are unique because they were struck without a mint mark or with the P Mint mark, representing the historic Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia coins often hold a special place in collections because they reflect the heart of early American coinage. Over 551 million quarters were minted that year, but as every serious collector knows, rarity isn't just about mintage numbers. Condition, errors, and demand drive true value. Now let's talk about why collectors are hunting for the 1986 Liberty $quarter today. Standard circulated examples may still be found in everyday pocket change, but uncirculated or proof-like coins with perfect luster and no signs of wear can fetch strong premiums. Graded coins in top condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, are the real stars. Some of these high-grade pieces have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction because top-quality survivors from that year are surprisingly scarce, but the excitement doesn't stop there. Rare error coins from 1986 can skyrocket in value. Off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and coins with unusual minting flaws can all turn a simple quarter into a small fortune. Collectors pay big money for these mistakes because they are like time capsules from the minting process, proof that even the most advanced equipment can have a fascinating glitch. So what about the market value today? As of the current market trend, a 1986 Liberty $quarter in typical circulated condition is worth at least its face value of 25 cents, but collectors often pay more for lightly circulated pieces. Brilliant uncirculated examples can range from a few dollars to well over $50, depending on eye appeal and grading. The highest auction records for pristine MS67 or better coins have reached stunning numbers. Some reports suggest rare specimens trading for amounts like $779,334 when they feature exceptional rarity or dramatic mint errors. Yes, you heard that right, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single quarter in the right condition. Imagine finding one of those in a coin jar or tucked away in an old family collection. If you are lucky enough to own a 1986 Liberty $quarter, here are a few tips to maximize its potential value. First, handle it carefully by the edges and avoid cleaning it, as cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its collectible appeal. Next, consider professional grading if you believe your coin is in mint state condition or if you suspect a rare error. Third, research reputable coin dealers, online marketplaces, and auction houses to get a fair idea of current market demand. Collectors around the world love coins like the 1986 P Liberty Quarter Dollar because they combine everyday history with the thrill of discovery. They remind us that incredible treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Each quarter tells a story of American artistry and economy, carrying with it the spirit of an era when pocket change was crafted with care and attention to detail. Before we wrap up, let's revisit what makes the 1986 P Liberty Quarter Dollar such a standout. Classic Washington design with timeless symbolism, Philadelphia Mint heritage, linking it to America's earliest coinage traditions, high-grade examples that bring big premiums on the market, rare mint errors that can be worth a life-changing amount of money. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just starting your journey as a coin collector, the Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1986 deserves a place on your radar. Check your change, search old rolls from the bank, and take a close look at any quarters from the 1980s. You never know when you might uncover a true treasure. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today we are exploring a remarkable coin that collectors and treasure hunters everywhere are talking about, the 1988 P Liberty Quarter Dollar. This is not just any quarter. This piece of American history holds a story that blends artistry, rarity, and real market value, so stay with me until the end, because you may be surprised at just how much one of these coins could be worth. Let's start with the history. The Washington quarter design was introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and features Washington's bold profile on the obverse, while the reverse showcases the magnificent American eagle with outstretched wings. The 1988 P issue, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carries the P Mint mark and represents a fascinating period in U.S. coin production, when technology and tradition came together to produce coins that still captivate collectors today. Now, why is the 1988 P Liberty Quarter so intriguing? While millions were minted, certain coins from this year have gained attention for their exceptional condition, mint errors, and the increasing demand among collectors who appreciate pristine examples from the late 1980s. Coins graded in high mint state, especially MS 67 or higher, are significantly more valuable than ordinary circulation pieces. What sets the 1988 P apart is its place in the modern collectible market, where small differences in strike, luster, and preservation can translate into big money. Imagine finding one of these quarters in your change that has remained nearly untouched for over 3 decades. Collectors prize sharp, full details, minimal contact marks, and bright original luster. An uncirculated 1988 P in superb condition can fetch impressive prices at auction. There have been reports of rare examples bringing hundreds, and in unique circumstances, even thousands, of dollars when the right buyer is eager to add a top-grade specimen to their collection. Now let's talk numbers. While a standard circulated 1988 P Liberty Quarter still has a face value of 25 cents, the market for pristine or error coins tells a different story. Certain high-grade pieces have sold for extraordinary sums, sometimes reaching into the hundreds and even pushing near the $1,000 mark depending on the grade and the collector's demand. Serious collectors and investors watch these coins closely, because when a high-grade example appears at auction, competition can drive the price sharply upward. The current market buzz places standout specimens with eye-catching qualities at premium levels, and that excitement continues to grow as more people discover the hidden value in what many consider an ordinary coin. What about those fascinating mint errors that always excite collectors? Coins with off-center strikes, doubled dies, or dramatic planchet flaws from 1988 can be worth far more than typical examples. Error coins are highly sought after because they tell a story of the minting process itself, a little accident frozen in time, making each error coin unique. If you happen to spot a 1988 P Liberty Quarter with unusual features like doubling on the lettering or a striking misalignment, you may be holding something very special indeed. For anyone interested in collecting, it's important to know how to identify and preserve these coins. Always handle potential treasures by the edges to avoid fingerprints and keep them in protective holders to maintain their condition. A professional grading service can authenticate and grade your coin, providing a clear idea of its market value and making it easier to sell or showcase in your collection. Remember, the difference between a circulated coin and one in pristine mint state can be dramatic in price. As of now, collector enthusiasm is strong, and the market for rare quarters remains vibrant. While not every 1988 P Liberty quarter will make you rich, finding one in exceptional condition or with a striking error can indeed be worth a lot more than pocket change. The thrill of the hunt and the possibility of uncovering a hidden gem make this an exciting pursuit for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. So next time you're sifting through your change or checking an old coin jar, keep an eye out for that 1988 P Liberty quarter dollar. Take a close look at the details, the luster, and the mint mark. You never know when a small piece of history might reveal itself as a valuable treasure. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into one of America's modern classics. If you enjoyed learning about the 1988 P Liberty quarter and its fascinating history and market value, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we're diving deep into the world of the Liberty quarter dollar, focusing on the 1989 Philadelphia Mint issue. Whether you are a collector, an investor, or simply curious about the treasure that might already be sitting in your pocket change, this is a journey you do not want to miss. Let's start with a little history. The quarter dollar has long been a proud symbol of the United States. Before the 1999 State Quarter series, the design we know for 1989 featured the legendary portrait of George Washington on the obverse, created by John Flanagan back in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The reverse shows the bold American eagle, wings outstretched, standing strong on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, representing the balance of strength and peace that defines our nation. Now, why focus on the 1989 P Liberty quarter dollar? The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most important mints in U.S. history. In 1989, millions of quarters rolled out of the presses there, but here's where it gets exciting. Although it seems like an ordinary coin, collectors have discovered that certain examples of the 1989 P quarter can hold astonishing value because of condition, minting errors, and overall rarity in pristine states. Picture this: a coin you might find in a desk drawer or a jar of change, if perfectly preserved, could be worth far more than its face value. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC look for coins in superb condition, known as mint state or even higher. High-grade coins with sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong luster can fetch significant sums in today's market. Now let's talk about market value and the buzz around this coin. Common circulated examples typically trade for just a little more than face value, but coins in exceptional condition have sold at auctions for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. Some collectors and dealers report top-grade examples reaching incredible prices when a bidding war starts among serious numismatists. Market demand, rarity of superb strikes, and the popularity of Washington quarters combine to create these exciting valuations. When you hear figures like $700 or even thousands of dollars for a single quarter, it might sound unbelievable, but rare coin collectors are always on the hunt for that one immaculate piece. Factors like minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing elements, can send prices soaring even higher. A coin with a dramatic, well-documented error can become a star at coin shows and auctions. The Liberty quarter dollar of 1989 is more than just pocket change, it is a slice of American history. Think about the year: the Berlin Wall was beginning to fall, technology was changing the world, and these quarters were quietly entering circulation. Owning one in pristine condition is like holding a perfect time capsule from that pivotal era. If you're curious about finding one yourself, here are some tips. First, examine your change carefully, especially rolls of quarters from banks or old jars stored away by family members. Look for sharp details on Washington's hair, a clear mint mark P, and a brilliant, original shine. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot any unusual characteristics or possible minting errors. If you think you found a gem, consider sending it to a reputable grading service for professional evaluation. A small investment in grading can unlock the true market potential of your coin. Collectors should also keep an eye on coin shows, estate sales, and reputable online auctions. Sometimes, hidden treasures appear where you least expect them. Networking with other collectors and dealers can give you the inside track on the latest market trends and potential opportunities. As of the current coin market climate, prices for high-grade 1989 P quarters continue to show steady interest. Serious collectors appreciate the coin's place in U.S. minting history, and demand for superior examples remains strong. While the everyday circulated quarter might only be worth a few cents over face value, the right coin, especially one with a recognized minting error or perfect mint state grade, can indeed be worth a lot of money. The key is knowledge and patience. Take your time, study grading standards, and always buy from or sell to trusted sources. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer inspired by the thrill of discovery, the Liberty Quarter Dollar of 1989 is a reminder that great finds can still be hiding in plain sight. Before we wrap up, remember to handle coins carefully, hold them by the edges, avoid cleaning them, and store them in protective holders. Proper care preserves their value for years to come. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins, where every episode turns ordinary change into extraordinary history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1989 P Liberty Quarter Dollar and want more stories about valuable US coins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new discovery. Share this video with fellow collectors and treasure hunters. Who knows, the next big find might be waiting in their pocket right now. This has been Rare US Coins.